So, all of October goes by. I don't review a single horror movie. Eventually I end up putting up my review of Cabin in the Woods. And, well, let's admit, as good as Cabin in the Woods is, that's not enough for October. So I try at least get up a second horror movie review, and you want to hear me talk about Asylum? Where did I go wrong? Alright, let's be honest. Right now, I think everyone, if you watch my videos, I'm pretty sure you'd rather be watching me talk about the rest of the Halloween series, because we all know last year, me and Patrick started that. We got up to number 5. This year, should have finished it, shouldn't we? Well, damn it. First thing, I was making my short film. If you've seen the trailer, that's good. If you haven't seen it, click the link right here, and you can watch the trailer for my new short film. There'll be... Well, click the link and you can see the whole video. The trailer's in it. Yeah, I'll just leave you to watch that video. And besides that, bad news, my dog died. I kind of left that out of the announcement thing, but yeah, my dog passed away. Here's a picture. He's the bigger dog. So yeah, that sucks. That, like, really sucks. And so that was like the beginning of October, so that kind of, about half the month, don't want to be putting up videos or nothing. And eventually I started putting them up again. But really, me and Patrick probably would have had to start in August or September and like try film them all and then just edit it and slowly upload them once a week or something. And that's the easy way to do it. That's how I wish I did it. And so maybe next year we'll do that, but Halloween's taking a break. So, I'm sorry, don't attack me, please. Anyway, yeah, to put it mildly, anyway, to put it, I don't know how to say this, I have a speech impediment or something. Anyway, to put it mildly, Jason, Michael, they're all basically making a comeback. So, I've been putting a lot of focus in that when I wasn't, because, like, my dog died, so that took me out of it, and after that, put my focus back on this short film because, well, it's snowing outside, so that was affecting the short film a little bit. Not as, but I'm working around it. The next one's not going to have that problem, kind of. The next one's going to take a break. But yeah, so there's that. Oh. Anyway, let's talk about Asylum. Asylum is directed by David R. Ellis. It stars Sarah Romer, Travis Van Winkle, and pretty much a lot of unknowns. Except for the, villain of the movie, who's played by Mark Rolston. And pretty much, it's the story of these 5, or was it 6? It's basically the story of these 6 college students. One of them's a little bit younger because he's really smart, but mostly college-age students. They go to this university or college, and they eventually, within a real quick time, find out that it was built over top of an old asylum ran by this crazy doctor who was giving lobotomies to orphan children for problems they didn't have by shoving giant knives through their eyes. It's really creepy, actually. And so the college students basically try to survive this doctor as he haunts them in the real world, but it always seems to be almost a Freddy Krueger type thing. If you've seen the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, you know Freddy's gonna get you kind of ironically, oh, you used to be fat and you would get skinny and stuff, so he's gonna choke you with your own weights or something when you're working out. Or, oh, you're afraid of bugs, I'm gonna turn you into a bug and then squish you or something. It was if you remember, there was even a guy that was the puppeteer, so Freddy worked him as a puppeteer with his veins and then threw him out of a window and stuff. It was ironic stuff like that. And so essentially this killer kind of took the same MO of Freddy, except he didn't have the sweater, he didn't have the claws or bare face, but it felt kind of like a riff on Freddy Krueger, because he is killing people ironically, but the movie does fall apart. It actually started out pretty promising, because I like David R. Ellis. Snakes on a Plane is fun. The Final Destination ones, specifically number 2 and the Final Destination, the ones he directed, I like those. Shark Night 3D I thought was a guilty pleasure, sort of. So I don't hate David R. Ellis, I actually really enjoy his directing. This movie kind of stinks, okay? It started out kind of promising. The acting was good. Travis Van Winkle, that's the douchebag from Friday the 13th remake. And I pretty much hate him in everything he's been in. Because he just kind of plays a douchebag, so why would you like him? But in this movie he was like that. But there was actually some good character development, which was kind of almost necessary to the plot, because you got to develop them so you can figure out their little fears and stuff so you can use them against them. But although I'll touch on that because honestly, even though they said it, doesn't mean exactly it was used. But yeah, Travis Van Winkle, Sarah Romer was okay. I liked her much better in Disturbia. She was kind of a one-note character in this movie. Travis Van Winkle's the most developed character and the most likable, I would say. Maybe I'm crazy, but that's just what I thought. The Doctor, well, let's talk about it. He was in Shawshank Redemption and he was in The Departed. So he's a good actor. He was horrible. And it's not his fault, because basically they're like, alright, I want you to impersonate Freddy Krueger. Go. And so he can only do what they told him to. They gave him these lines, and it's like, he was menacing for a while, and then it just kept getting weirder and weirder, and then eventually, I don't want to say it, I'll save it. But like, okay, this one character, like I said earlier, used to be fat, started working out, got real in shape, so he tries to feed him to death almost. That's kind of what he tries to do, and he won't, so he just starts knocking his teeth out. And then the gross part of that, which actually got me, he starts cutting his lips off. Oh, I was kind of sitting there like, oh, that's gross. Oh. Because it wasn't really that the effects were that great, they were pretty good, but I was just thinking, oh shit, that's gotta suck, because I was thinking, what if that happened to me? That would suck. It was actually vicious. And yeah. But then another character got beat up, so then what? He basically turns it into a nightmare where her old boyfriend's trying to beat her up, starts cutting her hair, and all of a sudden turns into him, so he slices her head in half. Like, that made no sense. And then one character plays with string, so there's a certain death involving a string. That made sense. But then another character, it's like, oh, you used to cut yourself, so I'm just gonna stab the shit out of you. That does and doesn't make sense. So the kills are weird. And then the killer, he's kind of menacing, kind of whatever, but then they literally bring out the gimp. Like, he literally looks like the gimp from Pulp Fiction, where he's just wearing like, but it's different because it's like, instead of like tight leather that just kind of goes like this, like in an X cross and then like that, to have his fat folds kind of come out, it was made of like barbed wire, but it's still, I was laughing. He turned into a gimp. It was horrible. The ending was it got cheesy, it was lame, they crapped away all semblance of a good movie that they actually had, and I actually think, I want you to go see it. I want you to see that train wreck. This is one of the first times I've ever seen a real train wreck in person, where something was good and then it literally just went, and like, just in front of my eyes, something promising just disappeared, and I was like, what happened? So actually, yes, please go watch it once, but it's not that good a movie. It started out promising and kind of crapped out, so the directing was fine, acting was pretty bad, except for Travis Van Winkle, really. And so I'll probably give Asylum a D. It wasn't a very good movie, but I want you to go watch it. As bad as it is, it's worth a watch, because it's actually pretty funny how bad it falls apart. So if you liked the review, you can like, subscribe, and I'd like to point to another video that I know I'm going to do soon. And so hopefully soon I'll be able to go see Sound Psychopaths and Argo. I'm planning to go see both of those. Hopefully I can get reviews of those up soon. And for sure though, November, whatever, it'll probably be 2 weeks late, but I will be going to see Skyfall soon, so look forward to that. Alright, see you guys later. See ya. Well, I'm going to sit down on the floor for a second, dig through my Blu-rays and DVDs, pick out some horror movies, and ignore all the trick-or-treaters that come to my door, okay? So, see you guys later.